Guys, I'm so excited about this video. First of all, hi, how are you doing? But second of all, this video is the first video in my new series that I want to start on this channel called Cooking with Kristin or Kristin's Kitchen. I don't know, you guys tell me which one you like better, but basically in this series I want to cook and bake and show you guys some of my favorite things to make, also try some new recipes and just all get together and have some fun. You know what I'm saying? You guys were the ones that really inspired me to just try something new on my channel because I was telling y'all I really want to mix it up and do some things that I love and I'm passionate about, and y'all were like, just do it, that's what we want to see. So I was like, okay, perfect. Guys, I think we need like a theme song for this new series because like this is like a whole new world for me and I'm very excited. Okay, let me think for a few seconds. Okay, what if we did, it's time to bake, it's time to bake, it's time to bake with Crispy. You like that? Okay, now for the important thing. What are we going to be making today? Today we're going to be making some bread. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I have been on a bread journey. I think bread making is so interesting and tricky and rewarding, and I just love making it. I think I've only made about like 6 or 7 loaves of bread, but we're all learning this together. So today I thought it would be fun to try a new recipe with you guys that I've always wanted to try, because on this series I want to do like some of my favorite tried and true recipes, but I also want to experiment and try some really interesting recipes with you guys. So let me grab my cookbook and I'll show you what we're gonna make. Okay, this is what we're gonna be making today. This is chocolate babka, and this comes from a book called Bread Baking for Beginners. And if you guys are interested in learning how to bake bread, I would definitely recommend this book. I got it from Amazon and I have actually DM'd back and forth with Bonnie. She is so nice and like supportive of everyone's bread journey. And my whole vision for this series is kind of just to be able to talk to you guys, catch up with you like you're just with me here in my kitchen, and we can just bake together and cook together. And I love baking and cooking because it like brings people together and it's just a very happy thing. So let's get started. The first thing I like to do when I start to bake or cook is to look at the ingredient list and take everything out that I'm gonna need and make sure that I have everything in my pantry. It's a pretty straightforward recipe: milk, eggs, sugar, yeast, butter, flour, salt, cocoa powder, sugar, cream, butter, more butter, and vanilla. The first step is going to be measuring out all of our ingredients, and this book uses grams. So I have this little weighted scale, and I got this on Amazon for like $6, but these things just make everything way more accurate, and I feel like that's important when you're baking bread because it is a little bit of a science. So we're going to need 156 grams of whole milk. Now we're gonna add 256 grams of eggs. I just whisked this egg up so that I can make sure that I'm getting the exact amount of grams and I don't do it too much. So I'm just gonna add this. So I need 256. Oh shoot, a little bit more. Oh, okay, perfect. So I'll just save this little bit of egg for the egg wash at the very end. Now I'm gonna measure out 72 grams of sugar. And now I'm gonna measure out 6 grams of yeast, so only a little bit. Now we're gonna combine all the things we just measured out all together. So the sugar, the yeast, milk, eggs, and butter all together. I think one of the things that makes me absolutely love making bread is just the fact that it is a little bit more tricky to make. Like, people know it takes time and care to make bread, and it just makes it all that more special when you get to share it with people. Okay, the only thing that's a little bit freaking me out is that the butter does look a little bit like chunky in the bowl. Let me show you. See how the butter is not like melting into this, but I don't even know if it's supposed to melt into it. But now we're gonna add the salt and the flour, and I think then everything is gonna come together. Okay, I just washed my hands. Now I'm just gonna combine all of this together and hopefully it creates some type of dough, guys. This is honestly my favorite part, is always mixing and kneading the bread. It's so fun. Okay, here is what my dough looks like right now. It smells so good. It's very sticky. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all of this off my hands. But the next step is to cover the dough with a floured kitchen towel, let it rest for 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll come back to it. We'll see you guys in 20 to 30 minutes. We are back. It's been 35 minutes and that's a little bit longer than it said to wait, but time got away from me a little bit. So let's check on the dough. Here is what it looks like. I don't think it was supposed to rise or anything. I think it was just supposed to kind of relax for a little bit. And now step 5 is gonna be to knead the dough. By the way, King Arthur flour is the type of flour I always use. It's like the best. Personal favorite. Guys, I'm not joking when I say this dough smells unreal. Like, so good. You just push it, pull it, push it, pull it, and you're just gonna do this all the way around for 5 to 10 minutes. One of my favorite things is learning about new hobbies and like finding new hobbies. Like, first it was plants, and like I love learning about plants and getting new plants. And then I just became totally obsessed with bread. Like, every single night I would look up different bread videos and bread documentaries, and I was just like, does this mean like there's something weird with me? Like, do you guys do the same thing? You just like find something and just start to be totally obsessed with it? That's how I am. Let me get y'all up in here. I feel like let's get some ASMR up in here. That's the camera angle we've all been waiting for. I'll be here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm still kneading the dough, but I thought I should tell you guys what kneading really does, because I thought that was super interesting. Because I just thought it was kind of like to smooth out the dough, make it easier to handle. But then I learned that kneading the dough actually creates the gluten and strengthens the gluten in the dough. And gluten is basically, I'm not a scientist and I'm very bad at science, but basically what gluten is, it's a protein that's formed in bread, and it creates the chewy, stretchy texture that you get from bread. But I think I love gluten. Here's what it looks like. It looks really similar to hers in the photo, so I'm gonna stop here, and our next step is gonna be to let the dough rise for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Look at our little bread baby we made. This is honestly the hardest part, just waiting for the bread. It's really hard. So it's been an hour and 15 minutes. So we still have about 15 minutes till I want to check on the bread. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Also, I'm just really bored and really wanting this bread to be done proofing. Oh, I know something I can show you. This has nothing to do with the bread, but we have a nest of baby birds right outside our back door. Here's the nest. Don't worry, I will not touch them. Oh my gosh, look at them! They're so little! We're pretty sure that the birds are sparrows because their eggs were blue with little speckles on them, so we check on them sometimes just to make sure everything's okay. And yeah, we don't touch them or anything like that, but I love them. They make me so happy. Okay, here is what it looks like. It definitely got bigger. It's more puffy, but it's not as huge as other doughs that I've made. Like, sometimes they like triple in size, but this definitely does feel like softer, more relaxed. And I just read the next step, and I actually have to refrigerate this for 2 more hours, which I'm so sad about because, oh, the waiting is so hard, but it's always worth it when you're making bread to wait. So I'm gonna cover this in plastic wrap, stick it in the fridge for 2 hours, and I'll be back. Okay, while I wait for the dough to chill, I'm gonna just go ahead and make the chocolate filling, which sounds so delicious. So all you're gonna need for the filling is 85 grams of cocoa powder, 198 grams of sugar, 227 grams of cream, 113 grams of salted butter, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So I'm just gonna add all of this into my saucepan and start whisking it over the stove. Oh my gosh, this looks so good already. My mom would kill me if she saw me doing this, but I'm just gonna chop the butter and just put it in there. I know this is dangerous. Don't do this at home. You gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna do exactly 1 tablespoon of good old vanilla. Vanilla makes everything taste good. Here is what the topping looks like. It looks absolutely amazing. 2 hours has elapsed. The sun is already starting to kind of go down, so I'm kind of sad because we still have a little bit of ways to go. Bread is not a short process. Hair is going up. It's been down far too long. I don't even know how I made it this long with it being down, but it's that time of day where I can't do it anymore. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna be doing is dividing it and preparing it. That is step number like 8. Is this equal? Hopefully. It says to roll this out as thin as we can get it into a rectangle. So let's just get to rolling. So we pretty much have 2 rectangles that are pretty even. Now it's time for the chocolate spread, which I feel like I've been saying I'm so excited, but this really is the part I'm most excited about, is the chocolate spread. Okay, let's get it out of the fridge. Ooh, ooh. Oh my gosh, this looks incredible. Are you joking me? Y'all want me to get some ASMR up in here? I'll do that for you. Wow. I'm gonna attempt to roll this up. Wish me luck, y'all. This is actually the most advanced bread thing I've ever done, so. Oh, don't mess it up, self. Okay. Roll it over here. Okay. It's working. Okay, so here is what the first roll looks like. It looks pretty good. I don't know if I should press this together more or not, but you can see the chocolate. These are huge. And we're gonna stick them in the freezer for 15 minutes. Okay, here they go into the freezer. Wish them luck. Ready?
And action.
Okay, so I enlisted Marcus's help.
Yeah!
You know what I'm making? Chocolate babka.
Yeah.
Oh, frick. I just caught myself. Okay. So first we're gonna just slice this clean down the center, which is very scary because you gotta be clean.
No,
You too?
no, it's... Oh my gosh. Oh, mommy.
Can you see the layers,
Yeah,
Marcus?
we can see the layers.
Oh, what happened there? That was from my knife. Okay. Oh my gosh. I've been working on this all day, Marcus. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And twist them around each other. This is the part I'm not so sure.
Oh, you've done twisted yourself.
It's not supposed to be tightly twisted or else bad things can happen.
You need a partner like me.
Yeah. Everyone needs a partner like you. Okay. So basically, since it was hard to see, I just twisted it up and put it in the bread pan. And I think you just kind of want to make sure you can see some of the twisty of chocolate on the outside. These are now going to go in the microwave to proof for 2 more hours, or 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and they should definitely get more puffy. And then time to bake. It's officially nighttime, and these have been proofing for 2 hours, and they've definitely gotten bigger. They haven't risen like a ton, but let me show you the other one. Here's the one Marcus did, and here's the one I did. I'm gonna stick them in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes, and then we can finally taste what we've been working on all stinking day. Oh my gosh, honey, that smells so good. It is now almost 10 o'clock at night, and they just came out of the oven. I wish you guys could smell how good my house smells right now. It smells like chocolate heaven. Okay, here are the 2 loaves, and I know they look kind of dark, but that's only because the chocolate melts, so like it's not burnt at all. I was kind of worried about that. It's like super soft and fluffy, but the chocolate just makes it look darker. One thing that I've learned about making bread is that it is sometimes a huge temptation, always a huge temptation, to cut into it right after it comes out of the oven, but that is also a huge mistake. So I'm gonna wait 15 minutes, cool these on this cooling rack, and then we'll taste them together. I'm sure you guys are like, I am never gonna make this, but I feel like it would be way easier if you just made the dough like the night before and then did the rest of the steps the next day, because it is a lot of waiting and proofing and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see if it's worth it when we taste it, which I'm sure it will be worth it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's flaky.
Ooh.
Oh, it's flaky.
Buttery, flaky, crisp.
Okay, ready?
Oh, cinnamon swirl.
See that?
Oh my swirling goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Are you ready for swirls?
It's so soft. Cheers. Doing.
Oh.
It's so soft and buttery. This with a glass of tea would be so good.
Yes.
It's so good. Look at that. So do you think this was worth me baking it for 11 hours?
Heck yeah.
We should bring some to Stevie and Suzanne tomorrow. We should bring them a loaf.
Let's go.
This wraps up my first episode of my new series called either Cooking with Kristin or Kristin's Kitchen. Which one's better?
Kristin's Kitchen.
Thank you guys for watching. If you did like this first addition to this new series, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you guys like it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I love you guys very much. And I will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.